We're just about to start the second gig on the European tour. How did last night go, Robert? Were you pleased with it?
After about the first 3 minutes, I realised where we were and what we were doing, and it became... I was pleased with it, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we might be a little shaky because we always so self-analytical that the first wrong note we go, oh. But it went really, really well.
Yeah.
Really well. We're all pretty pleased.
Why did you start the tour in Europe? Was it a kind of lead-in to the American tour?
I think it was the easiest way to become accustomed once again to crowds of people, you know. Last night was the first time that I'd stepped in front of 7,000, 8,000 people and said, good evening, you know. And I'd rather have done it nearer home than go over there and do it, you know.
Yeah. Because the last time... Well, I remember a gig that you did about 3-4 years ago at the Marquee, which I enjoyed very much. I mean, I know the sound wasn't that good that night, but the atmosphere was fantastic. And the venue was very small. Mm-hmm. And we've read stories over the last couple of weeks of the riots to get tickets now for Led Zeppelin concerts. And obviously, with the demand, you're having to play enormous auditoriums. I mean, would you prefer really in many ways to go back to playing smaller gigs, or do you really go off on the bigger ones?
I think it's irrelevant, providing that you can create and establish and maintain an atmosphere, you know, whether it be in a small place or a large place. And we found with America that it can be... We pulled it off with 57,000 people, you know, and that was quite a thing. I mean, it could have been 57,000 people, Led Zeppelin, and no atmosphere, you know, but it seems to work. It seems to be okay. So it doesn't matter. We tried returning to the small gigs disastrously once in England when everybody was going, oh, they big time, you know, and it was really just about the same.
Yeah, because it's been quite a long time, Robert, since the last album. Why has it been so long?
We've been involved in a lot of things. We've been coming to a lot of conclusions and decisions and starting the record company off, you know. We also got mixed up in quite a gargantuous film, you know, so all these things lead up to, you know, time is swallowed by every move, you know.
Yeah. The film, because I've heard a lot about the film, that's the American tour film, presumably. Are we going to be able to see that fairly soon?
Well, fairly soon. It's like... fairly soon is I don't know how long fairly soon is in most people's mind's eyes. But I shouldn't think it'll be too long now. It's virtually finished, you know. I think I said that about 6 months ago, but this time it is virtually finished.
What actually is it? Is it gigs?
It's one gig at Madison Square Garden, interspersed by what we would consider to be representations of how we'd like ourselves to be seen or off stage, you know, one way or another. And there's a lot of sort of waffle that goes on around the gig included there too. It's quite realistic for New York.
Yeah.
If anything is realistic in New York.
Have you, between you, ever thought of doing individual albums? I mean, will Swan Song give you the opportunity of doing that?
Well, no doubt it would if we felt that it would benefit either of us, any of us individually. But I don't think that I could possibly do it without playing with the other guys, you know. It's part of my charisma is, you know, is reliant on the other three, you know, and the same with everybody else, you know. We really get off on playing together. You know? That's the whole secret of... I couldn't really go away and play with anybody else, because if I wanted to play, who else would I need for a drummer but Bonzo, you know? And the same with Jimmy and Jonesy. I don't think it wouldn't be right.
Just finally, Robert, at the end of the American tour, Led Zeppelin's long-term plans, are you going to do England after that?
Well, I think it's about time that we did, you know. What we'd like to do, I think, is make it some kind of event, like when we did the Empire Pool. We did that for, I think we were the first band to take that place and do something not extraordinary, but a little bit of an event, you know, performing pigs with ruffs around the neck. They didn't do too well, actually. But they were there, you know, trampoline acts and just an atmosphere of an occasion, you know. And if we could find, which I think possibly we can in early summer, find a suitable place to do something as entertaining on a large scale as that, you know, then I think we will. We tried Ali Pali, you know, about 2 years ago on a Christmas, and it wasn't disastrous. It sounded brilliant on stage, but the place just wasn't built for Zeppelin. You know, it was too cold, and the sound was, you know, you might as well have been playing in an empty hall for the sound that you got, you know. So really, we've got to find the right place, and then go to town on it in true style.
Robert Plant, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.